What is up, YouTube? Good morning. Yes, this is another day of reselling. Woke up this morning. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving if you're watching this in the future. Or if you're watching it now. Well, I guess that'd be both for me. We sold I woke up. I was gonna swear, but I'm not gonna do that on YouTube. Woke up to $1,609 in sales within 24 hours. I mean, what do you say to that other than being grateful? Super grateful for that. And there's a lot to unpack in this one. 6 pages. I don't think this video is going to, we might not be able to get to everything, but just know that, 24 hours made $1,600 and actually $1,609 to be exact and 98 cents. And $568.54 of that is Nifty. Nifty.ai is relisting, promoting, sending offers automatically. Can't say enough about that. So that's about we pay for the pro bundle version. That's about $90 a month. And that thing, I think this month alone, we've paid for more than paid for the entire year of Nifty. And it's been making us money all year long. So, well, since May, we switched, I believe. So anyways, it's been doing its job. Can't say enough about that. And let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, here's the St. Louis St. Louis Blues Louis plush. And we source in St. Louis once in a while. So this is probably likely where that came from. This one sold in about 3+ months, sold on eBay, and sold for $22.50. And yeah, so these types of AAA teams and stuff like that can sell. They do take some time, and we pick them up all the time. On to the next one. Okay, let's talk about numbers real quick before we talk about spot here. So I was figuring out the return on investment. So if we were to take our total number of sales, which was 1609, there's about $54 of that was the total spend. So the return on investment is like 2,800 and some odd percent over the course of, let's say, the longest thing took a year to sell. I figured it like that. Yeah, you can't even do that in the stock market, I don't think. Maybe if you're shorting, you can. But if you're a financial analyst, don't come for me in the comments. I'm not a professional at that. So those are just some of the rough estimates of what percentage we have invested into this kind of thing, and then the return on investment we're getting from it. So if you're a data nerd like me, I'm a data scientist by trade. I do this for funsies. I help my wife, who is full-time reseller. I'm a part-time reseller. So I do the number crunching and things of that nature. So anyways, spot here sold for, looks like $23 in 6+ months on Poshmark. And he is vintage. So anything storybook vintage can sell well. And on to the next. So thanks for listening to my 5 a.m. ramblings of a reseller. That'd be an awesome YouTube channel. The Ramblings of a Reseller. You're welcome, whoever starts it up. So I picked this up originally because I thought it was anime, and I think it is. But totally didn't know it was some sort of toilet-bound hariko. I don't know, guys. I just work here. But it sold for $30, $29.99 to be exact. Took about a month to sell and sold on eBay. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I come across this toilet stuff all of a sudden. What are these kids? Come on, parents, do better. All right, anyways, on to the next. I was actually concerned about this sale because we have sold this before, and I couldn't find it, so I had to cancel. And this was months ago. But turns out that we had pulled it to bundle it with something and forgot to delist it. So if you're going to bundle, this is your, learn from me, learn from my experience. Just be careful that you are, you're not getting ahead of yourself and you're unlisting or, delisting your items. This one was a Little Miss Muffins cupcake dolls, a lot of 3. They are older. vintage. And these sold on Etsy in 2+ months for about $35. We took an offer. Yeah. So cute little cupcake guys, and they're off to a new home. Okay, these next two are in the same bin, so we go ahead and hold them together. Dora Boots and Swiper, classic, right? Sold for $38.20 by offer of Nifty. Took about 5+ months to sell on eBay. And like peanut butter and jelly, so does Boost sell for $21. Again, Nifty for the rest of you, 5+ months. So these are classics for my oldest son. We watched a lot of this when he was a baby. So anyways, so those took about 5+ months to sell a piece. There's something in here I want to show you guys real quick. We're going to get to this later, but I'm going to show you in real time. There's like a bundle of these. They're like the 12-inch version. Sold for like $100 and something. So we'll get there later in the video, but stick around for that. And if you're not liking and subscribing, make sure you like and subscribe if you like this type of content. You know, I'm a Yankee and I'm in the South. So I'm a damn Yankee. I'm never going to go home, but I just want to explain some of my sense of humor. That way, if you're not getting it, that's where it's coming from. So anyways, we're going to get to the next one. We appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, and watching. Appreciate you all. On to the next. Okay, for the record, like I said, it is like 5 here in the morning. It's freezing, y'all. And I'm going to say y'all because I've been here for 10 years in the South. I've earned it. So this next one was actually a Louis the Lightning Bug. I want to say 321 contact. I'm misremembering, I think. But anyways, we're going to pull Louis so you can see. But sold for $23 and sold in about 3 months on Etsy. Definitely vintage. Man, he's so sparking a memory for me, and I cannot place it. So there he is. What do you guys think? Do you recall where he's from? I can't recall off the top of my head, but if he sparked a memory for you too, just leave it in the comments. If not, then maybe I'm misremembering. But on to the next. Okay, so this one was a Nat and Jules Demdeco Sea Turtle Lovey. Like I said earlier videos, if you're new here, I'm going to start like moving away from some of these loveys, but this is an example of what you want to look for in a lovey. And this sold for $23. Let's see. Net Jewels, $23 on eBay in 2+ months. So they move faster. The big ones, right? So this one was a bigger one. It's a turtle. It's underbelly. So you get the drift. So this is the type of thing that you want to look for. As opposed to some of the littler ones, stuff like Mud Pie, Cloud Island, brands like that, you want to pick up too. But this one is, yes, again, 10 of 10. So on to the next. For Fisher Price, Big Things Pink Elephant Nylon Plush, sold for $53 by offer on Etsy. And it took about 3 months to sell. Look at this guy. Isn't he awesome? He's big. Tag was nice and crispy. Usually when they get washed, the tag fades like that, but this one was in good shape. And yeah, it's off to its new home. Always pick those up. Be on the lookout. Bolo for sure. Okay, so moment of truth. I'm worried about this one. So one was a 96. This is Hippity, by the way. TY Hippity. We sold 2 of these. That's why I'm worried. It's not because anything else. Sold for $33 on Etsy in about 6+ months. So these bigger ones sell. We find a lot of them. So take that any day. $1 into $33. And then I want to say there's another one underneath. Stay tuned. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. We didn't do a double list. In the famous words of my 17-year-old, let's go. We didn't double list, so that's good. Or we didn't make an error. So finally, win, a much needed win. I made a couple mistakes this week, or at least I found a couple mistakes that we made. So I had like 2 cancels this week, one on eBay, one on Etsy. The Etsy one, I'm 1,000% sure that we have it's a little bear, from the 90s that, we I mentioned in another video, I guess, just another reminder to stay frosty with your inventory. Make sure that you have your inventory done. Obviously not now in fourth quarter, but after, when things start to slow down, maybe take a look at your inventory and do a check. This one sold for 25, so not as much, but it did sell fast in 12 days on Etsy as well. Different buyer. I thought it was the same buyer at first, but they are different buyers. Just happen to be sold within days. So there you go. Hey, Bob Beck. When I said days, I meant sold within the same day. So different buyers, same day. Listed. One was 6+ months. One was 12 days. One sold for 33. One sold for 25. What did I have it listed for? That type of thing. Same money, different years. So the 98 one, the 96 one sold for just a bit more than the 98. Makes sense because it's older, right? It's a different series. Same money, different series. Good for TY for coming up with the same concept and every year coming out with a different version. I guess most companies do that now, but they're probably one of the leaders in that type of thinking because the 90s were wild. So on to the next. We're going to be looking for Elf on the Shelf, and we're selling a lot of it. 'Tis the season. Alrighty, we are back with Elf on the Shelf St. Bernard. Here it is. Really cute storyline. I actually watched the cartoon. They have 20-minute cartoons for this stuff. With our foster daughters. And it was very cute how they did it. So I get the appeal of Elf on the Shelf. Some people are like, that's not the reason for the season. I get that. Maybe it's okay to lighten up just a bit, just for the sake of the holiday spirit. But anyways, $13.17 and was an offer on Nifty and sold on eBay. So 'tis the season. Merry Christmas and all that jazz. On to the next. Okay, this next sale was on Etsy. It's vintage, and it says "More Love and Fun from Prestige." This is a Sharpay. This little guy sold for $45 in about 6 months. We're going to be moving away from this kind of thing, so I guess $45. I wouldn't pick it up again. It was just so much of it. Maybe I'll compliment at weight. Maybe. I'm always back and forth. I know it sounds silly, but yeah, I'm gonna be moving away from this type of thing. It's kind of sad, but this one's vintage, made in Korea. That's a good symbol right there. Prestige is a good brand. So if you're out and about and you see this guy, pick him up. Okay, so this next one was a really good sell. $76.39. It was a SpongeBob bundle. Why it sold for so much? Because we put them all together. We found the gang in different places along the way, but we found them. And Mr. Krabs and Plankton are hard to find. This one, Squidward, he's almost impossible to find, at least for us. If you're having a different experience, great for you. Just know that they sell and they sell well if you put them together. So there's different branding here. One's a TY. That could be part of it too. And then the other ones are, I think, just Nickelodeon straight through. But anyways, yeah. So $76 sold on eBay and sold in 5+ months. Okay, so you guys see Sugar Smacks here? That's what I thought this guy was too, but I could not find any comps for him. But he was listed as a Froggy plush and sold for $22.50 by offer by Nifty and sold on eBay in about 2 months. I almost listed him as that Sugar Smacks dude, but he's got the rugby shirt on, so he's older. So he's definitely vintage for sure. What do you guys think in the comments? If you're still here watching this video, I appreciate you. I know it's a long one, but we're going to get through it, I promise. So on to the next. It's about the break here in the great state of Alabama. And just wanted to show you guys and give you some encouraging words. So this is a Wizard of Oz plush. Some are new with tags. It's like a bundle. It's got all the guys in here. The witch, the Dorothy, all of them. So anyways, this one sold for $79.20. cents and sold on eBay in about 5+ months. Likely a Christmas present. The encouraging words that I want to say is basically, you have to get up early. You have to hustle. You got to work hard, all that stuff. But don't let anybody doubt you. Like, they're going to think you're crazy, This reselling life is not for everybody, and they're going to say all kinds of stuff that you don't work. You don't work hard, things like that. Just ignore those haters, for what that is, and just kind of lock in and focus on your goals, your family. Yeah, so that's my encouraging word for today. Just, do you. 10 minutes after you're gone, no longer in this world, and they're not going to remember you. So why be miserable? Live your life for what it is. Be happy. On to the next one. Okay, we moved into the garage and we are looking for Disney bundle. Bambi Thumper in flower. These are vintage and they sold on Etsy for, looks like, $35 and courtesy of Nifty offer, and sold in about 3+ months. So be on the lookout for your vintage beanies. They do sell well, early 2000s. Okay, so the next 10 that sold, we're going to actually skip for now and stay out here in the garage because they're in the inside house. We're looking for bin 171, Zootopia. The new movie's out right now, so Zootopia is moving for us. If you haven't listed your Zootopia plushies or other items for Zootopia, make sure you get those up right now. Now. Because the movie is out and everybody's got it. It's on everybody's mind. We're going to Disney for Christmas, and I'm looking forward to going to Animal Kingdom and checking out the new ride. They got rid of Bug's Life and they moved Zootopia into that. So looking forward to checking that one out. But anyways, on to this one. Sold for $11. Didn't sell for a lot, but sold on eBay. And I imagine if I had that up there a little bit, probably could have got more because of the. Hey, here's that Disney Zootopia, sold for $11 on eBay, sold in about 6+ months. Again, the movie's out. Make sure you're adjusting your prices accordingly. You didn't hear it here. On to the next. Okay, so before we get on to the next one, I just want to remind people to take care of themselves. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I haven't been taking care of myself for a long time, and I've started to rethink my diet first and foremost. Join the gym. Kind of been going. I really need to do better about that. Fourth quarter is just so hard. I know, another excuse, right? Just got to get there and take care of yourself. But anyways, this is just a reminder to make sure you're eating. This is a temporary solution to a temporary problem, I guess. So we're going to drink this guy and continue on. And once we're done, we'll eat some breakfast and get fueled up for the day. But I just want to remind y'all, take care of yourselves. So 173, we're looking for a Hallmark Rodney the Reindeer. Man, we are selling these. We got a message in around September about someone quibbling about the price. They're like, "Oh, you're never going to get that." But they wanted to offer like $5 for something. We sell these anywhere between $23 and $29 all day long during the time of the season. Pick them up all year long in preparation for this. This one sold for $23 on Nifty offer on Etsy and sold in about, looks like 2 months of listing. So we listed it around September time, which makes sense. We were pushing for this particular moment in time. And yeah, so I wish I knew that person again so I could just go back and tell them, but who cares what they think? Was it like 8 billion people in the world and there's one person that says you'll never do it? Don't believe that hater. Just continue on listing and just, put in the work. Good things will happen. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and pull that. Be right back. Okay, here is Mr. Rodney. Again, $23 by offer. What can I say about Rodney? They sell and they sell well. Look for Rhonda as well, his girlfriend. There's a kissing version with magnets. So if you happen to see those, pick those up. That's a good version as well. They come in different sizes. This is a smaller one. They come in as large as like maybe one of these. So, yeah, just again, don't let people bully you around. Stand your ground if you're firm on your price. And if you need to let it go for whatever you need to let it go for. But just know that you're in control. On to the next one. Okay, this one's kind of neat. Dom, we were just talking about diabetes. That's kind of funny. Uh, oh, sugar, I love you so much, but my pancreas hates you so much. Domino sugar. There's a teddy bear inside here it's a zipper and it unfolds into a teddy bear. It's really cute. Sold for $25. Sold for like in 3 months on Etsy. So yeah. Would I pick it up again? 100%. When I first saw this, I was like, oh god, that's got to be worth so much more. Then, but $25 from a dollar. I mean, that's not bad profit. I'll take that all day. On to the next. Oh shit. Okay, this next one was an eBay sale. Sold for $15.98 by offer of Nifty. Yeah, sold in about 6+ months. Here he is. A Pillow Fort Blue Yeti. They usually come with like a blanket. I had recently had someone reach out. We had different like a monkey, and they're looking for the blanket. We don't oftentimes find them with the blanket once in a great while, but they still sell as a replacement. So I would definitely pick them up if you see them out in the wild. And yeah, on to the next. Okay, I have more than one of these. Michelin Man is a classic promo plush. This one sold for $17 by offer and sold in about 6 months on Poshmark. I have one that's signed NASCAR, but I can't figure out who the signature is. But anyways, so I have more than one of these. If I see them, I always pick up promo blush. It's iconic, right? So anyways, on to the next. Yeah, this next one was a lot of 4 Chick-fil-A cows. I think this is the correct one. I'm going to double check as soon as we're done here. But this is it. Sold for $19.34, so almost $20. We pick these up at weight normally, so not too much into them. And sold on eBay in 6+ months. I pick them up all year round for this moment in time. Christmas, stocking stuffers, gift card, put these in the stocking. Mischief managed. You're welcome for the idea. On to the next one. Okay, Spark Create Imagine Lamb sold for $12.36. Took an offer on eBay, sold in about 3 months. For a while, we were on a tear with these things, selling like almost every day. There's also a Lullabright, kind of looks similar to this, has sound and lights inside of it that if you see out and about, you should grab that one too. We sell a lot of those. There's something just about lamb plush in general that sells. So cows, lambs, horse, dogs, cats. Those are the ones you want to look out for. For Create Imagine, Walmart brand, and sells quite often. On to the next. Okay, so this next one is a bundle sold for $40.80 on eBay in about 6 months. Yeah, Muppets is iconic. It's what we call evergreen. They are outlasting time. Can't say enough about this. It's kind of sad that Disney's kind of closed down the ride or the experience that's in their park to make room for other things. But they did move that experience sorta to the Rock and Roller Coaster. So the Rock and Roller Coaster is no longer Aerosmith. There's actually a Muppets experience now. So didn't truly get away from it, but they just kind of changed things up. I get that things need to change, but it's just I enjoyed the old people, the old guys, on the theater, back and forth talking to each other and stuff like that. It's just what I grew up with. But anyways, $40, 6 months, eBay, and yeah, on to the next. Okay, this next one's a Peanut Snoopy Christmas plush ornament, sold for $16.20 on eBay. Yeah, and took about looks like 5+ months to sell. Yeah, so I'm just going to stop here and just say thank you for watching this video and maybe vent a little bit about my current situation. You probably can relate. Doing this part-time. I work a day job. My wife is fortunate enough to work full-time doing this. We make it work. So would I love to do this full-time? Absolutely. Because things like self-evaluation this time of year, what a waste of time, quite honestly. I think it's a way to kind of corporate America explains away why they're not going to take care of you and the work that you did in reflection of that. So yeah, leave it in the comments if you agree with that. What an absolute astronomical waste of time. It's been weighing on me. I figured I'd say something because I'm sure there's someone else out there that feels the same way this time of year. Like, let's not waste each other's time. Just give me the number. You know, obviously everybody's struggling this time of year. The economy's been terrible. We're actually up for sales. For this particular purpose, we're up, I want to say 175%. So we have no room for complaint there, but like most of corporate America, is struggling with the economy. So, anyways, I guess I'm rambling a bit, but it's just been weighing on me, that whole self-evaluation thing. So I don't like to waste time. Time is money. And then speaking of that, we're going to get on with it. Okay, so Easter egg. I'm going to actually stay in this tote for a second to show you the bigger Rodney, so they can get as big as this. So this guy was what I was talking about earlier, and you know, so just wanted to sidebar for a second. All right, this next one is a Huggy Wuggy Kissy Missy reversible. I don't know, guys. $17.99, sold in 3 months on eBay. Huggy Wuggy's right here. So if I can grab this real quick. It's a reversible. Kind of like a tea turtle, I guess. Yeah. So I personally don't get the appeal, but I think I've said that before. And this guy sold for $17.99, as said, eBay in 3 months. On to the next one. Okay, so this one sold for $75, and it was a Disney Fairies plush bundle, and it has TikTok in here. Apparently it's rare, that's why I sold for so much. $75. These fairies in this little alligator. Again, it's a more of the rare type, and $75. And let's see if we can figure out where it sold. eBay, sold in 3 months. So yeah, if you see them out and about, get them. Okay, this TY vintage 2002 Beanie Buddy. His name is Teensy the Gray Elephant. He sold for $27 on Etsy. Took about 6+ months to sell. I just wanted to make another mention of be careful when you're pulling your stuff when you have similar items. There's like 3 elephants that I could see off the top of my head right here in front. So I had to go back and double check, make sure we got the right thing. I have sent wrong items to people before because I wasn't careful enough. So just be careful when you're going out and about and doing your pulls. And on to the next. Okay, this next one sold for $13.24. Words. It's early. Hello Bello. Purple Bumblebee. Yeah, sold on Purple Bumblebee. Sold on Poshmark. So took a while for it to sell. Would I pick it up again? Likely not. I don't know. Maybe I would because he's very light. So not a lot into him. Maybe 50 cents. So use your better judgment when you're picking, but it is super cute. On to the next. Okay, so we're headed inside to pull the rest of the items. We're done in the garage, and can't wait to get back into the warmth. If you've made it this far in the video and you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. You're an absolute legend for making it this far. It's a lot. We already have 2 full baskets, and we're not even halfway through. What an absolute day to wake up to, $1,800 in sales. I think we're at 3 more things just sold. So what do you do with that other than be grateful? And on to the next one. We appreciate you guys. Again, depending on the length of this video, we might end it here. So I'll go ahead. We're back. I stopped the video because there was so much to pull at the time, but so much more has sold since then, for a total of $2,667 and in 24 hours. So I just wanted to kind of come back and let you guys see what that looks like. And we appreciate all the sales and all the buyers and the views of the channel. Remember to like and subscribe.